Thank you for joining us today on Sheridan County Ag Update. Joining me is Stuart Kincaid, the superintendent of the Sheridan County Youth Livestock Sale. Stuart, thanks for coming here today.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. So let's talk about the sale that follows fair. I think some people probably think, it happens every year and they think it's part of 4-H and FFA, but let's expand on how it's not actually.
There was, during the time of COVID, there was a group of us that got together, unsure of what some of the regulations per se or guidance was going to be through state 4-H and FFA, and still wanted to be able to have the youth of the community to be able to market their animals to the community. So a group of us got together and kind of took the sale over and moved it, not really away, but as a separate part of the fair, so that if the COVID deal was going to be a problem, we'd still be able to have a sale for the kids and them to be able to market their livestock project.
Correct, because most of the kids already had their projects at that time, especially the beef. They had them since November, so it's still part of the fair, but it is its own entity, I guess you would say.
Yes.
Making plans for building a new barn, shop, or commercial building? Don't do any planning without a call to Sheridan's premier post-frame building and homes builder, True Built Builders, online at truebuiltbuilders.com. So let's talk a little bit about it. There's been some changes over the years that have happened. There's been a lot more marketing to get the word out there, but let's talk about some of the other changes that have happened.
We have, Sheridan community is so generous and just for what they do for youth and the children. We felt that there needed to be maybe some, I hate to say the word guidelines, but maybe some rules or some things we want the kids to do to make sure that their buyers and the community is thanked for all the support they do give the kids.
I think
expectations is a better word, absolutely. So we have the kids have to do some thank you cards, present the plaques to the buyers. We want them to attend some meetings that we have every year where we go over some things, new policies and procedures that's going to happen for the sale. And then we want to see a record book. I mean, we want to know that these kids understand the financial end of what their project really is.
Well, absolutely. And unfortunately, you and I growing up, sending our animals to the sale barn, know that the kids do get a premium here in our community.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Very much, and it's very much appreciated. But they do need to do a record book to understand what they're getting versus real world prices. And we actually, our niece showed last year and sold 2 steers, and I don't think that she was thrilled about doing her record book, but we sat down with her and made her do it. So she really truly understood what went into it. The feed into your animals, the vaccinations, the purchase price, and even if you get it from mom and dad's herd or grandma and grandpa's, there's still a cost associated with that. And that's really the point, I think, of the record books, is really for them to understand there's still a cost no matter what.
Absolutely. And that's kind of what 4-H is all about. It's about teaching young people life skills, and one of the biggest life skill that every person has to do at one point or another in life is record keeping and
taxes.
Books and taxes. So, I mean, what a better way to learn and get started on it.
Absolutely. Well, and you grew up very much focused with 4-H. I mean, you started as the Clover Bud and you went all the way up. I did a little bit of 4-H, but I was more FFA focused. Both great programs.
Absolutely.
They both really focus on a lot of the same things. FFA probably has a little bit more leadership, speaking more so, and the 4-H has so many project areas. I mean, not just the animals.
There's so many different avenues that kids can do nowadays versus even when I was in 4-H. I mean, there's almost a project for anything you want to do now.
So if some new person in town who's not maybe experienced the sale, or a business, or maybe a couple of neighbors want to get together and purchase an animal, can you kind of go through that?
There's lots of options for the sale and during the sale. I mean, luckily, Sheridan Media has been so gracious the last 3 years that they live stream the sale. So you were able to watch that via internet, however that works. I'm not technically savvy.
We have great IT guys for that.
You're not able to bid via internet or how that works. So there is a few of us that will be available to take phone bids. We can either be on the phone with you during the sale, or you can call us with a amount of money per se you'd like to spend, or an animal you'd like to try and support, or a child. You're able to, we've done it before where we've put some buyers together who, let's say, only have X amount of dollars they want to spend on an animal, but yet they still want to support the sale. So we can group you with another buyer or two to be able to support the kids in the community and support the sale. There's various options. You can either take the animal and have it processed. The animal can go as a buyback program where you only pay the difference between the buyback price and what your purchase price was, and then the animal is resold and that money goes back to the Livestock Committee.
They can even send the animal home with the kids.
They can even send the animal home with the kids, yes. I mean, there's lots of options there to be able to support the youth that have animals in the sale.
Quality Kubota machinery and customer care from the heart. Proudly serving Sheridan and the surrounding areas since 1996. Go online to heartlandkubota.com or stop by Heartland Kubota, 2450 Heartland Drive.
So what animals are in the livestock sale?
Your large animals we sell steers, pigs, sheep, goats, and then we do sell some feathers and furs. There's champion pens of turkeys, ducks, chickens, and rabbits. And then, like I said, our large animals are sold in the sale.
And I have to say, I cannot remember the young man who put his chickens in a bucket and made it look like a KFC container. That was the best one. I swear I would have bid on the chickens just because of that. So there is some pretty good things that happen.
Quite creative when they come with their feathers and furs.
Yes, more so than the large animals.
Yep.
So there's a buyer's dinner that happens, a buyer's reception.
Yes, that happens
early.
Prior to the sale at the exhibit hall, and the sale starts at 6. In the pig show ring or sale ring, we call it. So
get there early.
Yes, get there early because it does get full.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. So is there anything else you want to talk about with the livestock sale?
I think we've covered a lot of it.
These kids work pretty hard all year long, and I think
absolutely.
The steers actually are bought in the fall previous. So the kids who are selling steers this year at the sale have actually been taking care of their animals since October, November. So this is the steer project is really almost a full year-long project where your smaller animals start in March, April. It's a shorter time frame.
Absolutely.
So we already have processing dates set up. So if you do come to the sale and you want to purchase and you want to have it processed, you can choose what processor you want it to go to. But we already have those dates reserved. So that's a huge thing that a lot of people wonder about.
Yes.
Because right now, trying to get
into a processor is very difficult, and we're working right now as far as getting them set up and things of that sort. But yes, there are dates already reserved for animals coming from Sheridan County Fair at the local processors.
Cowboy State Bank, helping farmers, ranchers, and the ag community succeed for over 100 years.
Well, and right now this farm-to-table movement has, in the last couple of years, has really gained speed, and not just with your garden-type vegetables, but truthfully in the meat industry as well.
Absolutely.
So this is a great way, one, to support kids in the community. You get a quality product that is going to be better than anything that you're going to get in the grocery store, and not running any of our grocery stores down. But unless you go to a Sackett's or one of the specialty markets here, you're not going to get this quality of meat.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely. These kids have worked hard, and this is really their reward in the end for their hard work and dedication that they've done to their project and their animal husbandry. So.
Well, and one of the things, if you come to the sale, you might hear them talk about is the Sheridan County Bred and Fed. So can you kind of talk about that a little bit?
The Sheridan County Bred and Fed is a program that honestly can't tell you how long they've been doing it for, but it is a program that is designed for kids to exhibit an animal that was bred and fed it right here in Sheridan County. So, I mean, that was an animal that was either purchased or homegrown, and then has its own separate class during each species show to be able to show as a Sheridan County bred and fed animal.
So really and truly, if you're coming to the sale, you should come to the shows beforehand. And really, if you want something and you want something that was here, that really came from our county and to give back to our county, check that program out, because it's really a great program.
It is really a neat program, yes.
It's really good, especially for our kids that they take it from the family ranch, families, some part of the family ranch. So check that out.